Live from the dusty deserts of the Sakir International Circuit, Racing Formula League hosts round 2 of the Season 4 Championship. Welcome to the Tier 2 Bahrain Grand Prix. Well, hello everyone, I'm TomGorian. Welcome once again to Racing Formula League. Last week in the Australian Grand Prix in the Tier 2 race, it was a great race for the Alfa Romeo Sauber team, who got their first 1-2 at the first race of the season. BMG Lewis claimed victory. I think his first RFL victory of the season and of his RFL career, and also right beside him was his teammate Drift King Pro, who did a great job in second place. We even got to see a bit of a preview of what we can expect in RFL Season 4 when it came to the two Alfa Romeos. Also, notice how unlegit Cheetah had the pace, especially on newer compound tyres, and also Arty as well. He set the fastest lap of the race. Arty is a man to watch out for. And also the two Hasses coming 4th and 5th, but not in the order that you think. It was actually Level Red Devil who came 4th with his teammate TomGorian, who was arguably competing for a podium. He ended up in 5th place. So if there was one thing that RFL Australia last week in Tier 2 showed us, it's that anyone has the pace to win at any given time. And I'm pretty sure that with the long straights, the high speed corners, and just the nature of the Sakir International Circuit in Bahrain, we can expect another great race. And here are the rules and regulations of RFL Season 4. Each tier will have 21 races, starting from the end of July all the way to the season finale in December. In each session there will be an 80-minute qualifying session followed by a 50% race with full damage, strict corner cutting and dynamic weather. As always, a 25-point scoring system is in effect, with the race winner gaining 25 points, the podium finishers 18 or 15. And then with each driver finishing outside the podium positions in the top 10, they will score points between 12 and 1 point depending on where they finished. New for RFL Season 4 is the introduction of the pole position and fastest lap point. Here, a driver will get 1 point for the fastest lap in the race and a pole position in qualifying. It doesn't matter where a driver is after the race, if they're first place or last, if they get the fastest lap in the race session, they will get 1 point. And also, any incidents or crashes in the RFL races will be reported into the stewards immediately. Drivers must provide race footage and race POVs to decide who was a cause of the crash to see what happens. So here is the qualifying report for the RFL Tier 2 Bahrain Grand Prix. It is Alpha Arty getting his first pole position of his RFL career in the Racing Point Force India. He takes pole position for today's race. It is an Alfa Romeo 2-3 after a 1-2 in Australia. They qualify 2nd and 3rd, again with BMG Lewis out qualifying his teammate Drift King Pro. Papa Quickz in the Mercedes AMG Petronas qualifies in 4th place on the medium tyres, and then TomGorian, he starts in 5th place. The Red Bull of Scott W04 in the Red Bull qualifies in 6th place, along with Joel in the Renault. He starts 7th, with TomGorian's teammate Level Red Devil. He qualifies in 8th position, with Perez coming back to RFL. He qualifies in 9th, and then Reese in the Williams rounds out the top 10. The only runners to use the medium tyres in qualifying out of the top 10 were Quickz, Joel, Perez and Reese. So with all the info out the way of the RFL Bahrain Grand Prix, it's time to head to your commentators for the Tier 2 Bahrain Grand Prix, RIK and Callum G.
As the last car slots into the grid slot, here we go to the 5 red lights for the Bahrain Grand Prix. The lights go out and we're great for racing. Looks like Arty gets off to a great start. Alfa Romeos are right behind him though, but looks like they can't mount a challenge, or can they? As they head into turn 1, looks like Lewis alongside Arty, Quickz alongside Drift King, side by side. Wow, 4 of them going into turn number 3. Arty side by side with Lewis. Who's going to come out on top? Lewis up the inside of Arty. Arty still hanging in the lead of this race.
Bumper there, but Quickz shouldn't be struggling on those mediums. I said that at the start. He's did what he had to do at the start, but now he's going to have to do defending from TomGorian. He pulls over to the right a little bit, now he's got to defend to the inside, and Tom's going to have to go all the way around the outside there. first gear there. Can he get the traction on the exit? Yes, he does there. A little moment there as he squeezes Quickz there. Very close between the two, and Quickz keeps P4, but TomGorian's not done yet as he sits in the slipstream. It looks for a dive, but he doesn't fully commit there.
Oh, side by side, Drift King Pro and Quickz, sorry to cut you off there. Side by side, still heading towards the middle sector. Drift King Pro just edges ahead of Quickz. Up the inside goes Quickz. In the hairpin, switchback from Drift King. And is there damage to the front wing of Drift King there? Looks like there's no damage as they head towards the double left-hander.
Much, and I think Scott managed to kind of hold him off for that lap.
Here comes Lewis down the straight. Arty defenseless there really, and up the inside goes Lewis into turn 1. Is Arty gonna mount a challenge? Lewis not just shutting the door for Arty, and Arty just has to accept the fact that he's gonna have to be in P2 for a bit. Tom is gonna get the DRS and he's gonna get the run on Drift King, but is Arty gonna mount a challenge on Lewis? Looks like not at the moment, so we'll look back on this battle for P4. Tom right up the back of Drift King. From the outside, he has to negotiate this though, and whoa, just on the apex, and Tom makes it through Drift King. But Tom has a compromise run for turn 3. Is this going to be an opportunity for Drift King to get back on Tom? Round the outside goes the Alfa Romeo, goes deep into the corner, switchback from Drift King. Amazing move from the Alfa Romeo, and Tom has to stick behind. Quickz looks like he's got up to grips with his medium tires, and look at the speed he's got on Arty. Arty once again defenseless into turn 1, well, even before they get to turn 1 this time, and looks like Quickz. Oh, Arty sends it back up the inside, so that is something else. I've never seen that before. I thought Quickz was clear, but looks like Arty found a bit of grip, and looks like side by side into turn 3, wheel banging is the two of them. Looks like Arty just... So he is up into P6, and behind him is his teammate. So this is going to be awkward, isn't it? Side by side split strategies the Alfa Romeos are doing. So yeah, at the moment looks like Lewis has let his teammate go because he's on the fastest compound.
No, that is wrong in my opinion.
Oh, up the inside goes Lewis, side by side into turn 3. Looks like, well, I say that they should
TomGorian on cheesy train there. Then inside Tom goes, this is for P5. You don't normally see a move there. They're going to be contacting Tom nearly. Goes into a spin there, but he keeps it, and Tom will be wanting to get by Cheesy train as quick as possible. Cheesy on those old mediums, Tom on those fresh soft tyres. DRS is available to him there. And he's going to go down the inside. It's going to be a dive, and he does the dive there. Logs up the front right a little bit there, but he makes the move stick up into a P3, but that is not a net P3, I don't think.
Yeah, Perez all over the back of Lewis now. What's happened to the pace of the Alfa Romeo? He's now having to defend from the racing point as they head into turn 1. Up the inside goes Lewis, side by side into turn 1. Perez is thereabout, side by side, and there goes Perez. Clear of the Alfa Romeo, but the Alfa Romeo is going to get the DRS for the next straight. Perez defends the inside, but looks like, yeah, going for the switchback move, and there goes Lewis back up the inside.
Really want that inside, he's a little bit away from going on there, trying to break the slipstream. Perez in the slipstream there. There is a gap on the inside. Is he going to go for it? Yes, he is.
He's gone for the
Perez,
inside.
He's going to back off, but then he's going to go back for it again. Wheel banging again between the two. Elbows out from the both from Perez, round it outside through turn 2. He's made the move stick, and he gets the DRS as well. But Lewis is wanting to come back now. He's in the slipstream, and he doesn't have the DRS. Round the outside, he's going to go. But Perez is going to try and squeeze him out, but Lewis, he gets it on the switchback, but he's not going to make a move here down the inside. He nearly did what his fellow boss fan, but he's not got it. Quickz coming across the line. That's good run by him, but looking at Perez and Lewis, it's not going to be enough as there's yellow flags. That is TomGorian being spun there, as we mentioned. They took that, him and Reese, that epic battle. Perez comes on P2, Lewis catches a cat. Pointed with that one. He won last time out, and he was probably looking for a win again, but he will take P3 in that Brendan Lee suit, so it's all round good race, I think, and yeah, that's definitely set us up well for Tier 1.
Yes, it does, and well, look at that. Our Quickz is your race winner. He wins from P4, as Perez 68 and Lewis P2, P3 respectively. Both of them putting up a great fight come the end of the race. Drift King Pro doing the 2-stop and ending up finishing in P4. Reese in P5, starting P10 and doing very well to recover up into P5. TomGorian in P